Hello friends, today we'll discuss the next chapter, Cripps Mission of India Wins Freedom. In this chapter, Maulana Azad provides an insider's account of the Cripps Mission of 1942, a pivotal yet ultimately unsuccessful attempt by the British to secure Indian cooperation during World War II. The mission, led by Sir Stafford Cripps, was sent by the British government to India to negotiate terms for Indian support in the war effort in exchange for post-war dominion status. Azad, as the president of the Indian National Congress at the time, was at the forefront of the negotiations. Context and purpose of the mission. Azad begins by describing the global backdrop. World War II had intensified, and Britain was under tremendous pressure, particularly after Japan entered the war and advanced into Southeast Asia. The fall of Singapore and the bombing of Rangoon made India's strategic importance critical. Britain wanted to secure India's full cooperation to defend its empire and defeat the Axis powers. Key point: the Cripps mission was an acknowledgement of India's political importance and aimed to appease growing nationalist unrest by offering post-war concessions. Details of the proposal. Sir Stafford Cripps arrived in India with a proposal that included dominion status for India after the war, meaning India would remain part of the British Commonwealth but govern itself. A provision that any province unwilling to join the Indian Union could opt out, which Azad recognized as a potential doorway to partition. Immediate formation of an Indian Constituent Assembly after the war to frame a constitution. British control to remain during wartime, with no real transfer of power before the war ended. Key point: the offer gave no immediate authority to Indians and preserved British control during the war, which was unacceptable to most nationalist leaders. Azad's initial optimism and ultimate disappointment. Azad initially held out hope that the mission would succeed, praising Cripps as sincere, intelligent, and liberal. He believed that if given flexibility, Cripps could have made a historic breakthrough. However, Azad quickly realized that the mission was bound by rigid instructions from the British War Cabinet, particularly Prime Minister Churchill, who had little intention of offering real power to Indian leaders. Key point: Azad emphasizes that Cripps was sincere, but his hands were tied by Churchill and the British establishment. Congress rejection and the partition clause. Azad explains why Congress rejected the Cripps proposals. The primary reasons were no immediate transfer of power. India was being asked to fight for freedom while still under colonial rule. The right of provinces to opt out of the Indian Union was seen as a step toward partition, which the Congress could not accept. The vague assurances for post-war self-government were not enough to inspire trust. Azad personally tried to salvage the situation, suggesting modifications and encouraging patience among Congress leaders. However, when the British refused to change the terms, Congress had no choice but to reject the offer. Key point: Azad was deeply disappointed, as he saw this as a lost opportunity that could have avoided later tragedy, especially the partition of India. Azad's assessment and aftermath. Azad concludes the chapter with a critical reflection. He believed that if the Cripps offer had been genuinely flexible and immediate transfer of power had been promised, India would have joined the Allied war effort enthusiastically, and partition could have been prevented. He also expresses frustration that Churchill's deep-rooted colonial mindset was the real obstacle to a political settlement. Conclusion. The Cripps mission marked a critical turning point in India's freedom struggle. Though it failed, it pushed Congress closer to launching the Quit India movement, which would begin later in 1942. Azad's narrative offers a deeply personal and political perspective, highlighting the missed chances, internal divisions, and external constraints that shaped one of the most decisive moments in colonial India's final phase of struggle.